Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with a layout, a 12 by 12 layout using these 3 cute little photos of my son. We did, well, actually, we didn't do a deliberate photo shoot outside, but it turned into a bit of a photo shoot. It was a beautiful summer's day, and he clearly doesn't have any clothes on, and we were just hanging out outside. And I snapped a few pics with my new work camera. Work phone, which is one of the newer iPhones. So it has portrait mode, which my old iPhone doesn't have, my personal iPhone doesn't have. So I just took advantage of having that new work phone and snapped a few pics, and this is what I'm scrapping. So I'm also doing a challenge. Now this is going to go up well after this challenge has closed, but it was a challenge for International Scrapbooking Weekend, and it was a Cocoa Vanilla Studio challenge. They had a big event happening that weekend, and I think this was Tara's challenge, and it was a multi-photo challenge, and also to use 2 different fonts in your title. So I've got 3 photos and I use 2 different fonts in my title. And I'm also using a bit of a mix of collections from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. The papers are from Endless Summer, I'm pretty sure. But I can't remember off the top of my head where the ephemera's from. I think one of them is Hello Lovely. There's a couple of ephemera packs. I don't have Endless Summer ephemera. I've just got the stickers and a few papers. It's a much older collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. And so I'm just kind of mix and matching what I have. And yeah, so that's what I'm using. And I faff around for ages with these paper strips on this side, on my right-hand side of my layout. And I was kind of trying to match them up to the same sort of diagonal as the left-hand side papers. But I should have just, I don't know. I should have just stuck with my gut, which was what I ended up doing originally. Like what I end up with is what I had kind of in my head planned to have done. And I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I've left it in because in all fairness, it was too hard to edit out. It would have looked funny. So I just left it in so you can see my faff. Anyway, how is everybody going? I think this video will end up going up in mid-June, even though I made the layout and filmed it in International Scrapbooking Weekend, which is early May. And so at the time of filming and voiceovering, in Australia, we have just started to ease out of some of our restrictions that are happening around, obviously, the coronavirus. And so my partner is returning back to school. So he's a teacher in a couple of weeks. Our schools are reopening. And I'm not sure yet if I will be continuing to work from home or heading into the office. I don't know. I will find out soon, I'm sure. My gut says we'll probably stay working from home for a few more weeks yet until my workplace decides what to do. I work for local government, so they follow the state government's advice, but also where they're quite cautious and they're obviously prioritising their employees' health and well-being. So I suspect we'll be at home for a little while yet. I'm actually a youth worker, so all of my work has moved online. I'm running groups online and still interacting with the young people that I work with, but just online. So yeah, it's a different way of working, but it's been interesting and fun in a way, actually. And I've quite enjoyed the challenge of shifting my youth work into an online model. So look, it's been interesting. There's been a lot of positives to come out of this experience for me personally, I think. I've obviously got to spend a lot more time with my partner while we've both been working from home, which is lovely. It's just been nice to do that. My son, to be honest, when you have a 1-year-old, he doesn't understand what's going on. Anyway, he is still attending childcare or daycare. Nursery, some of you might call it. So he's still attending childcare. So for him, his world hasn't really changed, and he has no idea what's going on, except they take his temperature when he arrives at daycare every morning. Otherwise, everything is basically, from his perspective, is the same. So it's really nice, when we pick him up and when we spend the weekend with him, he knows no different, and he's a beautifully happy little boy, and he's so He's a joy to be around, obviously. I mean, we say that about our children, don't we? But it just reminds us, to be grateful and for what we've got and be present, I suppose, and not to think too much about the crazy stuff that's happening. So yeah, that's been nice in a lot of ways. So I haven't even told you what I'm doing really, but you can see I'm just popping embellishments around. I'm creating 3 embellishment clusters, the top left, the bottom right, and then also kind of the bottom left, but under my third photo under my photo on the left hand side there. So I'm just sort of creating some clusters with these embellishments. As I said, they're from a couple of different collections. I could probably look up which collections they're from actually, but I don't know for sure. I'm not upstairs in my scrapbooking room, or else I could pull them out. But that's okay. I'll jump on the Cocoa Vanilla Studio website and see if I can work out which collections they are. This will be a challenge. So it's definitely Endless Summer for the papers. Definitely. And I'm sure one of them is Hello Lovely. Let's think. Or Hello Sunshine. Hello Sunshine. It's definitely Hello Sunshine. And as I said, Endless Summer, Hello Sunshine, and I thought I had another lot of, another lot of embellishments, but I can't remember where they're from. It might have been Love Always. I might have had a little bit of Love Always thrown in there as well. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? You've seen me. I'm creating my embellishments. I'm sticking down my photos. I stuck my other photos down flat, and I'm popping this photo up on some adhesive foam just from the Reject Shop in Australia. Nice and cheap, but works well. And what else am I doing? Sticking down, just committing to my clusters, sticking them all down. I did rip a little bit of the paper when I stuck the sticker down a little bit early, so I ended up having to just cover that up when I stick this embellishment cluster down. So that was a bit annoying because I went a little bit too early, because the floral piece there is from the Endless Summer sticker sheet. So I did need to play around a little bit with that just to make sure I covered the bit that I broke. And I'm pretty sure that little word says Beautiful You. And then I'm committing to this cluster down in the right hand side here. So just sticking down that piece. I wish I could read what that says on my tiny iPhone screen, but I can't. And as I said, I'm downstairs, not upstairs in my craft room. So I'm not even able to I guess, you're watching the screen, or maybe you're scrapbooking like I do when I watch YouTube videos a lot of the time, and I actually am scrapbooking and I'm not necessarily watching in a lot of detail, but I like voiceovers. This is why I like scrapbooking process videos with voiceovers, because if I'm scrapping or doing something crafty at the same time, I don't have to be fixed to the screen. I can tune in and out a little bit. So when the person doing a voiceover says something and I'm like, oh, I want to see that, I'll look up, which probably means I should talk more about my process and just less rambling about things that aren't scrapbook related. I should take some of my own advice. Anyway, that's okay. Sometimes there's only so many times you can say, and I'm just sticking down my embellishment cluster. But that is what I'm doing, popping some up on foam, sticking some down flat, and then I'm just going to work on this one at the top right and, the top left of my layout, and then we'll be nearly done. So this layout did take me a while to put together, but it was mainly because those paper pieces in the background were difficult to stick down straight. I had to peel them up a couple of times to get them straight, but then also, you saw me faffing around trying to figure out which direction I wanted them to go in and how I wanted them to look. So otherwise, it came together fairly quickly. I think the more photos you have, in a lot of ways, sometimes the easier it is, because you don't have to worry so much about your embellishment clusters because your photos take up so much more room. My opinion anyway. And so, yeah, I do like the way that using multiple photos makes things easier on a layout. Plus, it means you get more photos onto a page and you don't need so many 12 by 12 layouts in your albums. It is we're up to May. I've only printed, I think, up to the very start of April in my photos, and I am already in 2 12 by 12 albums so far for 2020. This is not going well. I was hoping that I would be able to cut down on the amount of layouts that I made by only doing 12 by 12 and not doing Project Life this year, but I've definitely increased, which is very much a pain. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll make it work. Oh dear. And it is what it is. However many albums I need for the year I need. It's okay. I just enjoy the creative process. So I am just adding some love hearts, I think. I've created my title, which I did, which was happening while I was rambling to you. But the title is Our Happy Boy, and I've used Happy, which is one of the die cut pieces from one of the embellishment packs. And then the owl and the boy are... You can see those stickers just on the left-hand side there. They're the ones that are rose gold, and they're like a foil. One half of them is foil and one half of them is like a pink rosy gold glitter. I don't remember what name they are, but I can certainly tell you what they are, and I can link them down below. If you would like to know, let me know. I added a couple of wood buttons, one in each of the clusters, and I'm sure they are definitely from the Endless Summer collection as well. I doubt you can get a lot of this stuff still. I know Cocoa Vanilla Studio has a little bit on their website. Certainly, a lot of their older collections they are kind of selling out, running out of, and they're trying to get rid of. They did a big sale over the National Scrapbooking Weekend. I know that. But yeah, they've got quite a few things that they are looking to get rid of in the clearance section, and that's some of their older selections. So particularly if you're in Australia, go and check them out. They do ship internationally as well, but obviously shipping might be a little bit prohibitive for some of you not in Australia, which I'm really sorry, but I don't feel sorry for you. That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? I'm really sorry, but I don't feel sorry for you. You get a little taste of what it's like for us Australians to get things shipped to us. So yeah, I'm not going to feel sorry for you not being able to get cheap shipping from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. We need something, don't we, in Australia? So I'm just adding some splatters, as you can see, and then we're going to be finished. I will show you a close-up of this layout at the end. So definitely stick around for that. Tell me, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? It'll be mid-June, as I said, when this video goes up. So let me know what's happening in your part of the world. Are you staying safe and healthy? Are things starting to open back up? I suspect Australia will get a second wave of coronavirus coming through. We're only just heading into winter now. As I said, it's mid-May when I'm doing this voiceover. It's starting to really cool down. So we're coming into our flu season, whereas I know, say, America, you're coming out of it. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what is happening around the world. Anyway, that is it. We are done. So have a look at the close-up photos. I'm just going to wipe up my splatters because I'm on my kitchen table. So I'm just going to wipe them up quickly before I finish, just so nothing stains, and then we are done. So I hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are getting to do things that make you feel good and happy. And I hope you're speaking to family and friends as much as you can. I think we're allowed to see our family and friends now in Australia in small amounts. So we haven't actually seen anyone yet, but we are looking forward to doing that. All right, guys, here is my close-ups. I hope you like my layout, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys.